Now we are looking at date time. This is an important chapter because most of the data that we are going to deal with in data science would be date time. You will have an index would be generally date time, and you would have to play around with that. So let's start with the date time part. To import date time, you need to understand that date time which is going to come to us is going to be in a string format. And we have to extract the date time from that string format before we could make it to use. We could put it to work. So I want to import from date time, date, and time. Then I say I want to put this date. If you see 29 is the date, this is the month, this is the year, so when I say dt.day, it gives me the day. So this is one way of defining date time. Now, if I were to stringify this by the name stringify, I want to create a string out of that, then this would be the string. I did not go in for seconds, I just went it for minutes. So if this would have been 51, it's going to just get ignored. And it's not rounding it off by default. So this is stringify. Now when we get a lot of data that we are going to get is going to have dates in string format, and we would have to go back and forth to convert the data from string to date. So that's what we are going to do right now. So before that, let me show you how to take difference of date time. So if you want to take difference of date time, what you can do is just do a subtraction and then you will get delta, and with that delta you can do whatever you want. So this is the time delta. If you want seconds, then this is going to be the seconds delta. So that's how it finds out the difference between two time. Now when we have time and string and vice versa, then the only thing that we are worried about is from our perspective, converting string into date time. So this is the string of the timestamp, and this is stringified timestamp. Okay, now let's see at what we do more often than any other time, which is we get something into a string and we convert that into a date time. So here if you see, this is the date of the month, this is the month, and this is the year. And sorry, this is the year, this is the month, and this is the day. So I'm going to write year here, month here, and D here. Now there is a link below this which talks about exactly how do you go and look at small b and big B and all those kind of stuff, because the month could be in different formats. So you have to look at the date time table and find out how do you want to use the date time, month, and date. So this B is when month is given in the full. If month is not given in the full, if it's in Jan and Feb, then it's this B. So most of the time when we are dealing with stuff, we are converting strings into dates and not vice versa generally, because it automatically gets done when we save it as a CSV. So we'll have the string date and time which we are going to convert. Now let's see, if we have got a big list of string which is date time, and we want to convert everything into a date time format, then we can write a list comprehension and we can say that take this X for everything in this list and convert a new and give me a new list where everything is in the date time format. So we have taken these strings and we said that this is month, this is date, this is year. Y capital stands for a 4-digit date, and this small y stands for a 2-digit date. So that's how they think about it. So month, date, year, and give me a string and convert the string into a date time format, because once it's in date time format I can extract year, month, date, I can do lag and all the kind of fancy plays that play that we are going to do. If we are stuck somewhere and if we want to make the best possible guess, then we also have to our disposal something called parse. This is a datetime utility which makes the best guess. You don't have to tell how the date is stored. It tries to make the best guess based on the internal algorithm, like if the month is small, big, or whatever we want to do it with. Okay, now let's keep on going. Now we are going to convert a series and see how we would use different kind of indexing when we do date time. So I'm saying that give me a random four numbers, uh, random normal numbers. Whenever I say random normal, it means 0 and standard deviation 1. So give me a normal, standard normal, a random number. But this is, and give me it from date range. And I start from 1/1/2000, period is 4 and frequency is month. And it's smart enough to take the end of the month and give me that. So this is the index, which is a datetime index, and the whole idea to do everything in datetime is to convert the index into a datetime index. The period is 4 and the frequency is monthly. If I make this 5, then it's going to fail. So the period is 4 because if I make this 5, then I have to give 5 numbers here. And then it's going to give me the 5, and the frequency is monthly. If you were to play around, change this to quarterly and see if you get quarterly result, and so on. That's how you should think about it. Don't worry about this memorization of the syntax. Just make sure that you know the basic terms, and still you can manage and change code from here and there. So this was a very gentle introduction to time series. I'm going to show you some more code of time series in the coming lectures.